Hello. Hi, everyone. I'm trying to stream to both Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. So hopefully you can hear me. Hi, everyone. This video won't be super long because I have to prepare for my courses. Hi, Arlington. But want to come on real quick. Hi. I can't see. It says hello, buddy. Hi. I'm gonna assume that might be Jessica, but I'm not 100% sure. But hey. Hey y'all. So turn the music down just a little bit more. So I wanted to come on because it is Jessica. Yeah, I got it right. As you guys know, stress is something that I talk about and harp on a lot. That is the thing that I talk about, the thing that I deal with. And today just so happened to be National Stress Awareness Day. I did not know that until my little sister told me. And so I wanted to come on and I titled this video, Who's Stressed? Not Me, because so many of us don't even realize that we're dealing with stress. Like either we call it something else or, we just feel like, let me ignore that and push forward. Let me move on because I got stuff to do. If you saw my post earlier, I talked about how in this culture, in this society, we are so used to just being like, let me get the bag, let me secure the bag, I sleep when I get there, when I make it or whatever. And just a host of other things. I don't get tired, all of this stuff, to try to promote this busy, stressful lifestyle that's really counterproductive. Because if you really look at the research, when you are not taking care of yourself, when you're not getting the sleep, when you are stressed out, you end up being less productive than you would if you're actually taking the time to really take care of yourself. That's why places like Google like thrive and have like such great workplaces. They have like little napping areas and other things like involved in their company to create just a little bit of reprieve for their employees. And so I just wanted to come on and just let you guys know or talk a little about stress. I said about twice. Sorry. So some of the things that I hear or see from people is that, they might say, oh, I'm not stressed, but, I'm a little bit tired. Like I feel a little tired, or I can't think as clearly as I normally would. I have a little bit of brain fog. My muscles hurt more, like in my neck and my shoulders, they're a little tight. I'm not really stressed, but my neck and my shoulders are a little tense. You might end up saying like I'm having more pains than I normally would have. My appetite has changed. I'm not able to eat as much right now, or I'm eating way more right now. And it's like we don't really pay attention to those key signs that let us know that we are stressed out, that our body is under stress. And what happens is when we don't pay attention to those things, when we're chronically under stress, it ends up taking a toll on our bodies. Like it sets us up for chronic diseases. Our immune function decreases. If you guys see me looking up and down, I'm trying to stay engaged with both Instagram and you guys too. But it sets us up for chronic diseases. our immune system, our immune function goes down. Again, we experience brain fog. We can have weight loss, weight gain. For females, your menstrual cycle may be impacted. Like maybe you're heavier this month. Maybe your cycle is lighter than it normally is. Like, maybe it started way later than it normally would. And so now you're concerned that there might be pregnancy. Which there are other conditions that can play into these things, but stress is a very under looked at area. Stress is one area that we tend to ignore when it comes to some of the changes that are happening in our body or some of the things that can impact our health. But stress is something that we're all under a lot, a whole lot, especially now with the pandemic, with like all of the things going on in our country right now. We are under a lot of stress. And being under this constant state of stress, it's okay to admit or acknowledge that you're dealing with it. It's important to make sure that you're paying attention to your cues and what it is that's triggering stress in you, or maybe manifesting as stress in you. For some people, it might come in the form of tension headaches. Some people, it might come in the form of breakouts, acne breakouts on the face, on the back, or wherever you may have your breakouts. For some people, it may be migraine headaches. For some, like I said, for some females, it can impact your menstrual cycle. Some people may notice, like, I'm getting more sick than I normally would, like my immune system isn't functioning the way it used to. And it definitely could be a sign that you are under a lot of stress, or you are not managing stress well, because we can't avoid stress, right? Like it's there. It's gonna happen. You're gonna deal with stress. Good stress, bad stress. Stress is going to come up in life. But you can manage how you deal with your stress. That's what stress management is for, because you can't avoid stress. It's going to be there. So you just learn how to manage that stress, right? And so, again, recognizing your triggers is going to be very important. Recognizing how stress plays out for you is going to be extremely important. Um, yeah, for some of us, learning as we go is, experience is the best teacher. So we might learn as we get older. For some of us, we ignore it, and that's not the key either. Like saying that, oh, this is just, normal for me. This, I'm used to dealing with this. I'm used to having 10 million things to do at one time. Like I'm just used to that. But just because you're used to it doesn't mean that it's okay. It doesn't mean that it's an optimal state for you. Just because something is considered normal doesn't make it optimal. And we want to be at our optimal place in dealing with stress and health. And again, stress impacts your health in a big way. I heard someone say recently um, that stress is one of the leading causes of chronic disease, or one of the leading causes of death. And the reason that they said that is because stress manifests in different people. For some people, you might end up having hypertension under chronic stress. For some people, it can be diabetes. And yes, stress can predispose you for those things. Some people, again, decreased immune function. So you may begin to recognize that some conditions that you had never dealt with before are now increased. If you guys have watched the video that we did last week in the Naturopathic Physicians of Color, we talked about gut health and some of the impacts that stress even has on your digestive tract. For some of us, again, it might present as anxiety. It can present or exacerbate um, in, uh, irritable bowel syndrome. I almost said the wrong one, but it can exacerbate irritable bowel syndrome. So for some of us, that can be constipation, some can be diarrhea, some are mixed constipation and diarrhea. So again, knowing what your triggers are and how it manifests in you is going to be important. So one of the main things that you want to do is take an inventory of yourself, right? Say it's stress awareness day. So take an inventory of yourself. Watch yourself throughout the day. Watch how your body changes when you get a pile of work thrown on your desk, or your boss makes a last minute change, or you have a client that cancels that you were really depending on to come through, or you get an unexpected bill. Pay attention to yourself. Do your jaws tighten up? Do you clench your teeth? Do you find your hands balling up? Are your muscles tightening up? Pay attention to all of those things. Does your breathing change? Does your ability to think clearly shift? Like, pay attention to your body and how stress manifests in you. For one, that's going to not only give you information to work with as far as knowing when you're about to hit a very high stress state, but you can learn how to manage once you know what your triggers are and how they manifest. Um, yeah, absolutely. Paying attention to how your body feels in those random moments is going to be key, because those are the times that we really don't pay attention because we're distracted by the stress. We don't always pay attention. But I've noticed for myself that there are times when I'm noticing that my jaws will clench and my muscles get tight right in here. And I'm like, oh, wait, this might be a little bit more stressful than I thought it was. Like, I'm smiling and I'm happy, but I'm actually under stress right now, or I'm in a thought process that's bringing stress on me. One thing about it is that your body honestly does not know the difference between you being chased by a bear and you being in midday traffic or end of the day traffic in Atlanta. Like, it doesn't know the difference. To your body, all of it is stress, and it's going to respond accordingly. So pay attention to your body and how your body reacts to stress. um Absolutely, Jessica. It does impact your health. That's why it's important for us to know those cues, know those things that trigger us, and know how we respond. Once we get a handle on knowing those things that trigger stress on us, knowing how our bodies respond to stress, then we can start working on, okay, what are some of the things that I can do to help reduce stress? Because if your issue is that when I'm stressed out, I can't sleep, then we need to work on the sleep, right? We need to work on how can we decompress before bedtime so that you can sleep better. If the issue is that, okay, my muscles get tight and really tense, then it's like, what can we do to help on working on loosening those muscles? So knowing how your body responds is going to help in your attempts to change or develop a treatment plan or develop a therapy plan or course of action with your healthcare providers. So for, like I said, for everybody, it presents differently. For you, it might be something completely random. Like, the things I'm throwing out there are just some basic things, but it can be completely random, something that you never even thought about before. But people, you might say like, okay, when I get really stressed out, my left toe starts hurting. And it's like, oh, okay, well, that's something to pay attention to. Not that that happens, but if it does identify with you, like, again, pay attention to your triggers, pay attention to those symptoms, because they'll show you, which way you need to go. The goal is not to just treat the symptoms. The goal is to treat the issue. And if stress is one of your issues, we want to work on making sure that you are attacking those areas that are most stressful for you. Now, if stress is caused by your job, Dr. G did not say quit your job. Let me just say that. Because I know a lot of people that get really stressed out by their job and the job situations. I'm not saying go quit your job. You know what your situation is. You know what you can afford to do. But there are things that you can do on the job to help prepare yourself. Being making sure that you are organized, making sure that you are completing tasks in a timely manner, which also has something to do with organization. I know that there are times when things can be overwhelming and life circumstances happen, but making sure that you're taking care of your P's and Q's can help reduce stress as well. So that's another one of those things we don't really think about when we talk about stress relief, right? Like, how are my organizational skills affecting my stress level as well? So that might be an area that you can work on to help relieve some stress in some areas. Taking a walk around your building, like if you are in the building all day long under the fluorescent lights, you're not getting any sun, like everybody's throwing everything at your plate. Take a walk outside in your on your break time. Just take a quick lap around the building, or if you can't go all the way around the building, just walk up and down the block a couple of times or whatever, just to give yourself that break. Especially if you're in an area that's more sunny, get some sun in, get some vitamin D. It's becoming cold outside, wintertime. Some people love the wintertime. It is not my favorite. So for me, going outside during the cold would not be stress relief. But sitting in a window that has sunlight and taking some deep breaths, that would be helpful for me. And just be mindful, guys, because I know a lot of people harp on like doing breathing, which breathing techniques are amazing, but you want to make sure you're taking deep belly breaths, like breathing into your belly. Your abdomen should rise and fall. If you are taking deep breaths and all you're getting is your upper body going up and down, then you're not doing it right. You're not getting the effect that you're trying to get. So again, my points here are to make sure that you are taking inventory of your triggers. Make sure you are taking inventory of your responses to stress. And then from there, working on the things that will help you to manage or reduce stress in your life. Um, if you guys need help with your stress management techniques, if you need help identifying stress points in your life, if you are just saying, look, Dr. G, I'm sure it's something going on, but I don't know what it is, Dr. G is here to help. Make sure you go ahead and schedule your free 15-minute discovery consult so that I can get in there and help you figure out your triggers. I can help you figure out, your responses, and then help you figure out what could help you in reducing or managing your stress. In my email and my post that I sent out earlier today, I gave some tips on some things that you can do to help reduce stress. Journaling is one of those things. And while we're on the subject of journaling, I actually put out journals earlier this year, the Whole You Journal series. And right now, I am doing a bundle for a limited amount of time. I'm offering a bundle for those journals. It's available at Whole You with Dr. G. Square site. I think I'll post the link. You say I'm probably responsible for 50% of my work shit. Yeah, so again, making sure that we are organized and taking care of our stuff at work, like that can help. Because that has been my issue before. Like I wait until, it's a lot to do, and then it's like, oh my goodness, I'm so stressed out. But it's like, but you could have been working on it piece by piece this whole time, right? So that I've been a culprit of that myself. But yeah, make sure that you go ahead and schedule that free 15-minute discovery consult so I can help you guys figure out what's going on. If you're tired, worn out, feeling burned out, feeling overworked, feeling not heard, dealing with brain fog, I'd be more than happy to talk to you guys and see what we can do to get you started on a path to better managing your stress. And also make sure you go ahead and take advantage of this bundle for these journals. I will probably be back on later this week, because I do have an offer. Someone sponsored a bundle. So, and when I say bundle, again, not talking about hair, talking about journals. So, somebody sponsored a bundle, and I will be letting you guys know how you can take advantage of this offer to get a bundle for free. So please be on the lookout for that. I actually have to go get ready for my classes because I am doing a course on stress relief. I do still have the form up as of right now. So if you guys want to jump in on the courses, take advantage of that, knowing that it's Stress Awareness Day and you may have learned just a little bit of something, you still have time to jump in on those stress relief courses. So um, I will follow up with you guys again later this week just to let you know how you can take advantage of the offer as far as the bundles go. And again, guys, remember, take inventory of yourself. Make sure that you're checking in with yourself, especially during this time because it is absolutely needed. Please make sure you guys go check out my website, www.wholeyouwithdrg, and that's ge.com. Then also I have a Linktree site with all of my links. All this information is also on my website, but I have a Linktree site that has all of my links for journals, for signing up for courses, for everything. It is on my Linktree as well. So make sure that you check that out as well. And I will talk to you guys later this week. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great night.